Slavia Prague nil, Arsenal 3. We win again. We get a clean sheet again. But we do concede a shot on target, and I'm fucking fuming. But nah, in all seriousness, we got the win. It was not a great game. It wasn't a great performance. It wasn't a scintillating performance. You can tell that certain players weren't just not playing tonight, and you could tell that we were missing them at times. But we will get into it. First of all, like, sub, and share the content around. And like I said, just in whatever way, shape, or form you can, help the channel grow by doing the following things, like I said, because every little bit of interaction helps this channel grow further and further. That is now, since the draw against Manchester City, 10 games in a row won, and 9 games in a row without conceding a goal. That's, I've said it before on past streams and past videos. That's a crazy stat, and yeah, we're not scintillating. We're not, on the front foot a lot going forward. We do look very lethargic in games at times, especially tonight, in my opinion. However, we are getting the job done, and that's all I care about. And we got through this game without Victor Gyökeres, who, to be fair, at times when, with the way that we were playing, with the way that we were just trying to put the ball over the top, you could tell that this was a game for Victor Gyökeres. And I'm not putting any shade on Marino's performance, because I think he did play all right tonight. First half, I think he didn't really start the game that well, but I think he did grow into it, and obviously got his 2 goals. But like I said, this game was built for Victor Gyökeres to play in, and you could tell by the way we were playing, we were going long a lot because they were pressing us quite high, and even the first 15 minutes, they were onto us. They were onto us without really threatening our goal. They had a couple pot shots from quite far out. However, they didn't really have a shot. They didn't have a shot on target until that last action, which stopped us from going another game without conceding a shot on target, which would have been crazy in itself. But the one thing that matters is the win and how defensively solid we are at the minute. But like I said, 15 minutes they were on to us. But then we did go into the game. We were going long a lot, and that's exactly what I mean when I say the way Marino plays as a striker. He likes to drop in deep. He likes to link play. That's what Arteta mainly likes. However, this game would have been perfect for someone like Gyökeres. Obviously, he's not fit. To be on the last defender, to turn defenders, because they were leaving quite a bit. They were leaving quite a few gaps in behind, which I thought was a bit naive at times, because we were, at some point in that first half, we were starting to win our aerial duels quite a bit, and we were starting to get joy. Obviously, the first goal came from a set piece in a way, where the handball came from, and then Bukayo Saka dispatched the penalty. I don't think he was great tonight. I think he was better. He was a lot better than he was in the game against Burnley, but I think there were still some things he could have done better tonight. But I will start off with back to front. David Raya, nothing to do, and you could tell he was bored with the way he almost gave the ball away from the goal kick. Like, I get it, mate. You got nothing to do all game, but just relax a little bit. Don't do anything stupid. Centre backs, Gabriel and Saliba done very well, especially in that first 15-20 minutes. Jury Timber is just Jury Timber, honestly. Hincapié, I thought he looked a bit. I think he started off a bit shaky because he was getting quite out of position quite a lot, but he did grow into the game. And one thing about Hincapié, he has got pace on him. He weren't really playing as the sort of inverted fullback a lot. He was on the touchline quite a bit. Because I think he is mainly a centre back, so he probably doesn't really know how to play the inverted role just yet. But yeah, he was decent today. I'll get on to Christian Norgard in a minute. Declan Rice, solid as usual. Nothing really bad to say about Declan Rice. Ethan Waneri, again, he got a start, but I don't think he had his best game today. There were some good moments from him, some nice little touches, nice little bits to play. A couple shots that were going wayward at times, and To be fair, I think he got a yellow card as well, didn't he? Because he had to bring down the guy. Because to be fair, that was a good yellow card to take because that would have stopped that was stopping a possible counter attack, which was smart from him in the end. But yeah, it weren't his best game, but at the same time, it wasn't like he had an absolute stinker. Christian Norgard, I think defensively he was good. However, his passing wasn't good at all. I'll be so honest. He's too slow, in my opinion, with getting the ball forward quick enough, and that's one thing about Zubimendi that we did miss today. Obviously, we didn't miss him too much because we won 3-0. However, Norgard's passing at times, it was either slow, it was wayward, and you could just tell that between him and Declan Rice, there isn't someone that is proper, like very, very good at passing. Because Zubimendi is that guy. That's why he complements Declan. That's why he complements Declan Rice so well. But yeah, I'm happy that Norgard. I'm so happy that Zubimendi was only suspended for one game. Whether he's injured as well from the Burnley game, I can't quite remember. I don't remember seeing anything in the press conference, but hopefully he's not. And speaking of Declan Rice as well, he got out of this game without a yellow card, which was very nice to see because if he did get booked today, he would have been suspended for the game against Bayern Munich, which would have been a massive problem because they're relentless at the minute as well in the Bundesliga. And they play PSG tonight as well, which I'll definitely be watching that. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on the Liverpool game against what's it called, Real Madrid as well. But yeah, onto our attack. Mikel Merino, like I said, he wasn't. I think he was losing out on quite a few duels in the first half. I think he did grow into the game in terms of getting on the ball a lot more, and obviously he got his 2 goals. First goal, very good finish, good ball from the left hand side by Trossard, who had a decent game today as well. And second goal, keeper. I don't know why the keeper's coming out from there. He was never getting that ball. Marino comes on the back of his head around here. A goal is a goal. He got a brace today. Don't think he's going to complain either. I don't think he will complain too much about that, considering we're going to need him in the game against Sunderland, because Gyökeres ain't going to be fit for that game either. And obviously Havertz and Jesus are very much still out. But yeah, substitutions that came on. Lewis Skelly done alright. Ben White, I think I was fuming when that penalty almost got given. To be fair, it didn't look like it was a Slavia Prague hand that was up there. It didn't look like it was Ben White at all. So I'm not sure what that was about. And Max Dowman got his, I believe that is his Champions League debut. I think I'm not too sure. But either whether it is or not, fair play to him. Honestly, I think that's a record for the youngest debutant in the Champions League, which is mad, considering he's only 15. But yeah, a comfortable win, not a great performance, not the best wash in the world. I wouldn't watch that game again, apart from the goals. But let's be real, at the moment, who cares? Because our next game is Sunderland. That is going to be a tough game because I watched their game against Everton last night, and they can hurt you in some areas. They've got Granit Xhaka, who's playing very well for them, scored a very good goal yesterday. Yeah, it got deflected, but still, he's a person to watch out for in that midfield. They've got pace, they've got directness in their attack. And yeah, we just got to do our thing, man. Luckily, we've got a decent amount of rest. We don't play till Saturday night, I believe, and then it is the international break. But yeah, not Sunderland, Slavia Prague 0, Arsenal 3, job done. And onto, if we're talking Champions League, onto Bayern Munich, which will be a very, very different test. And like I said, I'll be watching them tonight play PSG to have a better sort of understanding of what we're up against. Because I know they've been doing so well in Bundesliga. I've not actually watched them a lot. But yeah, that's it from me. Like, sub, and share the content around, and I'll see you lot in a bit.